Are there any gambit lines in the two knights' defense? If you are curious about whether there are any gambit lines in the two knights' defense, you are in for an interesting discussion. The two knights' defense begins with the moves one pawn to e4, one pawn to e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, and knight to f6. This opening is known for its aggressive and tactical nature, often leading to sharp positions where players might sacrifice material for a better position. One of the most notable gambit lines occurs when white plays knight to g5 on the fourth move. This move directly targets the f7 pawn, which is a weak point for black. In response, black often plays pawn to d5, leading to a position where black may sacrifice a pawn to gain active play. After the moves knight to g5, pawn to d5, and pawn takes d5, black can play knight to a5, sacrificing the pawn on d5. This sacrifice allows black to develop pieces rapidly and create counterplay, which can be quite dangerous for white. Additionally, there are transpositional gambit lines related to the two knights' defense. For example, the Scotch gambit starts with one pawn to e4, one pawn to e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, pawn to d4, and pawn takes d4, followed by bishop to c4 and knight to f6. This line can transpose into positions similar to the two knights' defense and involves early pawn sacrifices by white to seize the initiative. Another example is the Urusov gambit, which begins with one pawn to e4, one pawn to e5, bishop to c4, knight to f6, pawn to d4, and pawn takes d4, followed by knight to f3 and knight to c6. This opening can also lead to gambit-like positions where white sacrifices material for a strong initiative. In the two knights' defense, these gambit lines are significant because they showcase the opening's tactical nature. Players who enjoy dynamic and sharp positions will find these lines appealing. The gambit lines allow for exciting play and can catch opponents off guard if they are not prepared for the aggressive tactics involved. So, to answer the question, yes, there are indeed gambit lines in the two knights' defense. These lines involve material sacrifices that lead to rapid development and attacking chances, making this opening a thrilling choice for players looking to create complex and engaging positions on the chessboard.